Before we start the class, I was in double mind. I was thinking whether we should skip today and tomorrow, or we should skip the next weekend. I thought maybe it would be a better idea to skip the next weekend. Two reasons. One is obviously that will be right after Thanksgiving. People who have plans for going around the places, they'll have that option. And also from my personal perspective, my elder daughter is back from college. So Sunday is when she's going. So next Saturday, Sunday we'll skip. So we will have the class today, even if the break has started for you guys, but we'll try to make sure that we end up learning something without getting stressed. So Yasmita also has joined. So let's do a quick roll call.
Hi, sir.
Hello, beta. So we have Dev, Dheera, Jenna, Khushi, Riya, Ritika, Samriddhi, Saranya, Sriyan, Vivan, Yasmita, and Sara also. Alright? And here in the classroom we have Praneeth. So, as we started from last week, we talked, no Sahit. So we started with our journey with problem solving and data analytics. And again, unlike any other unit, it is not that okay, we'll learn just percentage. It has a lot of elements to it. It has, basically if you look at data analytics, right, it has three parts to it. One is data collection, second is data analysis, and third is data representation. So these are three elements of data analytics or data analysis that we will learn. Okay, so this unit is going to be a little comprehensive. There will be a lot of things that we'll learn as part of this. Learn, Anya. So we just talked about what is ratio, proportion, and rates. That's what we talked about, and we looked at some interesting word problems. So here in this particular unit, you will see that everything that we'll learn will revolve around three things: data collection or an organization, data analysis, and then data representation. So we'll look at all the techniques and tools, and we'll make sure that as part of this exercise we keep on learning. As part of this unit, we keep on learning different elements of how do you read data, how do you analyze data, and how do you represent that. Okay. So right now we are in the reading phase where we talked about ratio, proportion, and rates. And then today's class, basically not today's class, basically this week, we'll try learning or revising things around percentage, mean, median, mode, and you guys will think that okay, we already know this. We'll look at these concepts with a little different perspective just to make sure that we understand better. Yes, Smita, I'm hearing something that I don't need to hear. Okay. Yes, Smita, you might want to go on mute. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, alright. So guys, here. So let's start with mean, median, mode. And then we'll talk about percentage, and we'll make sure that we double click on these concepts to understand it more from a practical application point of view rather than just saying that I know about it. Probably you can close the laboratory. Now I see Davik and Sahit already in the class. Tony is the only suspect who might come, but she might join online as well. That's it. So who will explain me, or who will teach me rather, what do you mean by mean, median, mode? What do we calculate as part of mean, median, mode, and what exactly does it do? Okay.
Mean is your average. Median is the middle number when your numbers are ordered. And mode is the number that has the most influence, or the number that has shown up the most.
Okay. Let's hear Ritika's story too. Yes, Ritika.
The mean is like when you like add up like all of the numbers and like divide it to get like the average of all of them. Divided by like the number of numbers that are there. And the median is like when you like put like the numbers from like the smallest to like greatest, and then it's the one that's in the middle. And then the mode is like the one that's like there like the most in like the data.
Okay. Anybody who wants to contest or argue with what Ritika and Praneeth said? And again, it's not about arguing, it's about giving your own way of defining it, and then see if anybody in the class has a different point of view. Saranya, Khushi, Dheera, Ananya, anybody with that, okay? Yasmita, don't assume that whatever your friend said, that's the only way to look at it. And I will give my version of the story as well. But let me hear from you guys. Sarah, Neil, Samriddhi, anybody. You guys don't have to be shy with me, okay? Even if I'm the most annoying person on earth, I'm like a fatherly figure for you all, okay? So you don't have to be shy with me, okay? Go ahead. No? Only Ritika and Praneeth? Why everybody else is quiet? Shreyan, do you have any other point of view of mean median mode?
No, like they described it like mostly like with like everything, so I don't have anything to say.
Okay. Riya, how about you, Beta? No? Riya probably is upset with me for the last couple of weeks. Whenever I ask her, she didn't respond to me. Is it so? Okay. Oh, okay. Got it. I think you told this to me last time also. But yeah, just get your microphone thing fixed better, okay? Because otherwise, you'll not be able to share your point of view, and then just listening to me is not a great idea because I might say something wrong which you might want to argue with me, okay? Yes, Riya, go ahead.
There's also a maximum and minimum. Oh no, I think it's range. Isn't range also part of data? Too?
Yeah, it is. So let's decode it. Okay. So now I'm not going to tell you guys. Okay, this is how you calculate the mean. This is how you calculate the median, and this is how you calculate the mode. And my job is done. That is not the plan. Okay. So now we will look at it with a different perspective. Okay. So now you should remember or relate it to what I said in the beginning of the class, that this whole unit is all about how do you collect data, how do you organize data, how do you analyze data, and how do you make meaningful interpretation from it, and then how do you represent it. Okay. Now let's look at, let's say I talk about a fruit. I talk about fruits a lot. This time I will try to avoid talking about fruit. Let's talk about vegetables. Okay. I will not say anything about fruit, okay? You guys know what fruit means. And I keep learning it from my daughters, okay? They say anything, if you talk about fruit a lot, people start thinking differently about it. So we'll not talk about fruit. We'll try not being fruity. Okay? Alright, let's move on. So let's say I'm talking about vegetables. So we bought 6 vegetables, let's say. Potato, tomato, onions, cabbage, cauliflower, whatnot. One of it came for $6 per pound. Other one came for $2 per pound. Third vegetable came for $3.5 per pound. Next one came for $8 per pound. Something came for $1 per pound. And another vegetable came for $2.2 per pound. This is the price of the vegetables per pound. Okay? So far, nothing scary, nothing fearful. Fearsome. Yeah? Or complicated. Dheera, is it okay, beta? If I'm talking to you guys who are in high school, I'm talking about vegetables and fruit, that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the prices for the 6 vegetables that we had to buy. Let's say you guys had to buy, I had to go buy. Okay. And these are the prices I saw. If I look at it, this is, now forget about vegetables or fruit or whatever it is. Now if I look at it, this is just pure play data for me. 6, 2, 3.5, 8, 1, 2.2. It doesn't make any sense to me so far. Okay, I just know that okay, I have collected some data and it's here. And we as human beings, we look at information not to just get the information. We try to interpret something out of it. right? I mean, you guys, if let's say if I go and tell, let's say, who's the latest student in this class? I think the most recent has been Khushi and Dhira, right? So let's say if Dhira and Khushi had to decide to join a math class, how would they decide? They would need to figure out who is the teacher with whom I want to waste my time, which is more beneficial for me. So Khushi and Dhira would have probably thought about, okay, what are the key topics that I'm really concerned about, where I want to put more focus and energy. Okay, there are different teachers. One is in my neighborhood, one is 5 miles away, one is 20 miles away, and then one teacher gives a lot of assignment. One teacher talks about the concept, one teacher does both. One teacher is very expensive, one teacher is less expensive. One teacher is a little friendly to deal with, one teacher is not. So all this is data, information. We collect all this information, then from that we derive our interpretation. Okay, these 5 criteria is working for me. So I'm not saying that you found me as the best matching criteria for yourself, that is how you are in the class. But I'm saying you would have looked at data, you would have done analysis, and then you would have come to some conclusion. Okay, maybe you make a wrong judgment at times, so that is how you end up landing here. Very much possible. But then net summary is, we just don't look at data being blindsided about it. We look at data to interpret and to be able to make decision. So here the data that you are seeing is raw data. This is not giving us any conclusive view out of it. Now look at it. If you are looking at all these numbers, first thing that comes to your mind is, okay, these are the prices for vegetables. What is the average price per pound? Add them all together. How many numbers we are talking about? Divided by 6. There are 6 numbers. That gives you the average price per pound, right? You are seeing extremes. 1 is the lowest price per pound, and 8 is the highest dollar per pound. So the thing that Sian was talking about, range. This tells you that, okay, my prices of the vegetable that I was analyzing, or the amount of data that I had, from that I'm talking about data ranging from 1 to 8. Ranging from 1 to 8. That's why it's called range. So now let's put these things a little bit order. Okay, this is unorganized data. I'm calling it UD, not University of Dallas. Okay, I'm talking about unorganized data. Now let's put some method to the madness. You'll say, okay, fine. Let's put them in an increasing order. Smallest number first. Okay, what is my smallest number? I have noted it down. What is the next smallest? 2. Okay.
Sir?
Yep.
I joined a little late. What are we doing?
So we are continuing with our unit on problem solving and data analysis. So last week we talked about rate, ratio and proportions. This week we are talking about mean, median, mode and percentage, and these concepts you guys already know. We'll deal with a lot of word problems around that. So we're just doing the refresher of what we know as a concept, and then we'll go on to deal with problems. Yeah? Vishal, is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody is with me so far, right? I mean, I'm not going off track so far. Okay, good. So we got all this data, which was unorganized data. Then we thought, okay, let's put some method to the madness, and we started organizing them in increasing order. So we put the smallest number first, then 2, then 2.2, then next smallest number is 3.5, then is 6, then is 8. Now when you look at this gives a much better view of the information. See, we are talking about 6 data elements or 6 data points. We end up dealing with much more than that. So if it's 6 data points, you can still derive conclusion very quickly from this much information. Imagine you had 100 data points or 200 data points. It gets more interesting and difficult. That is why when you organize them, it becomes a little more readable, a little more interpretable. As soon as you have this information, this form, this is organized data. And then different ways to organize it. You can put them in table, you can define different ranges and then put it, right? But first thing is you saw that, okay, what is my smallest value, what is my maximum value? Maximum to minimum difference is your range of data. You're not talking about 1 and 500, you're talking about 1 and 8. So if you have to plot somewhere on a graph also, you will create your range from 1 to 8 only. Okay? This gives you the lower limit and upper limit. Then you have just organized it and you figured out what is the starting and ending point. That is not enough. You are trying to find out of all these, what is my average? You add them all together, divide by number of data points that you have, and you'll get something. Here, let's see. 8 plus 6, 14 plus 3, 17.5, 19.7, 21.7, 22.7, 22.7. How many data points we have? 6. Divide by that. 6 3s are 18, 4 7, 6 7 are 42, 5, 6 8 are 48. 3.78 approximately. Okay? 18, 4, 7, 6, 7, 42, 5. Yeah, approximately. This is your average, which is given a name mean. Okay? It's not that mean actually. Okay? It is actually average. Now, this just tells you that, okay, you're talking about 6 vegetables and their prices, average price is around 3.78. This is mean. Now this other element, other calculation method that is called median. Median is again, like you guys know, it tells you when you organize your data points, what is coming in the middle. Provided or assuming it's not very erratic in nature, it doesn't change from 1 to 78 and then 207 and then little predictable change or variance is there. But then the median says that if you organize the data, whatever comes in the middle, there are total 6 numbers. So you will look at third and fourth number and get the average of it. 2.2 and 3.5. These are the middle 2 numbers because number of elements you have is even. So you'll take the middle 2 and find the average of these 2. So 3 plus 2, 5.7. Divide by 2. 2 2s are 5, 2 2s are 4, 17, 2 8 are 16, 2.85. This tells you that, okay, this is a center point of the information you have. This is like, if you imagine this is a circle, your median is here, your average is also here. Most of the circumstances, unless you have a lot of variance in your data that you're looking at, you will see that your mean and your median will be pretty close to each other. Okay? And if they are not, we will come to derive more things about it. Okay? But summary here is, why do we calculate mean and median? It primarily tells you that all the data that you're looking at, the center point of the data is this. This is the absolute average, and median tells you which is the middle point here. If we had 7 data elements, you would have just looked at the fourth one, and that would have been the mean. It will be pretty close to your median also. Sorry, that would have been your median. That would have been pretty close to the mean. So I think I have already bored you guys enough with median and mean. You guys already know about it. But the only perspective that I wanted to give you guys here is, mean and median is just a method of calculation. But if you look at it more carefully, it just tells the trend of the data. It tells the center point of the data. It tells you what is in the middle. What is the average that you can use to extrapolate if you're dealing with a much larger volume of data. Yeah? Let's look at a situation. If I say 5 students appeared for the test, It's a 50 marks test. Somebody got 20, somebody got 44, somebody got 69. Oops, how would somebody get 69 out of 50? 41, somebody got 8 and somebody got 42. When you try to find out the mean, you will add them together, you will see 20 plus 40, 64, 65, 105, 113, 153, 155. 155 over 5, that is 31. This is the mean, this is the average. So, this is what you got. Let's say if you talk about 200 students, sum of all the students who appeared for the test, it will be 20 into 31. This will be your sum of the total score that you would anticipate. Maybe plus minus 10%, 15%. But this is how you look at a sample data, derive some trend out of it, and you can extrapolate that for a larger amount of data. Okay? Imagine a situation where, let's say, a company we are talking about. Somebody, a CEO of a company, or CFO of a company who's trying to decide what is the average increase in salary people would be happy about. What they do is, they randomly pick 5-6 people and try getting a sense of how much salary increase would help these 5 people to be more satisfied with their current pay structure. And once they get that information, they would not, let's say if somebody has, if I'm talking about a company like Infosys, TCS, Microsoft or IBM, there are 300, 400,000 people there. Do you think somebody would have enough energy and time to go and talk to each every individual and then collect the data? No. They do sampling. So all these methods help you derive the trend and then extrapolate that for a larger data analysis. Okay? So you collect the data or do sampling, find out the trend out of it using different tools, and then you extrapolate that to derive what you're trying to derive. Am I making sense? So far I was not letting anybody talk. It was only me talking all the time. But am I making sense to everybody? Yeah? Okay, I'll give you guys 10 seconds to process this. But is everybody okay? So now, here's the catch. So we talked about mean and median. These are the methods or tools or techniques to derive the central trend of data. Okay, we are looking at, I have X number of data. How do I get to the central point of the data to be able to derive an average? See, if you just look at 1, if you just look at 8, this doesn't give you the right view. If you are talking about every vegetable coming from $1 per pound, I'll be completely mistaken to estimate. If I calculate $8 per pound, I'll be going completely wrong with my estimate or budget. If everything starts coming for $8 per pound, I need to do 2 jobs maybe, or maybe 3. Yeah. So that is how just one data is not enough to derive a trend. That's why you look at a sample, and the sample has to be as diverse as possible, as exhaustive as possible, to give you the right view of the data, and then you extrapolate that to your need. Okay. All right. So mean and median we talked about. How about mode? Now mode, like you will explain. Who are getting bored right now? Anybody? David, Sahib, Dave, Neil, Sarah? Yes, Mita? Anybody getting bored? Ananya? No?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. And the day you guys get bored, let me know, because I am always looking for ways to get better. Okay. So now, next thing is mode. Again, mean and median gives you the central trend of the data. Now, mode. Let's say if I'm talking about 1, 5, 8, 5, 6, 4, 3, 8, 5, 5, 6. I have 3 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 8 plus 2, 10. Let's say 10. If you arrange them in increasing order, 1, then you have 3, then you have 4, then you have 5, 5, 5, 3 times, then you have a 6, then you have an 8.
4 times.
5 is actually 4 times, yeah, good catch. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. What did I do? 3, 6, 2, 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 6 plus 2, 8 plus 2, 10. Man, this is a riddle. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 8. What did I miss?
It's 2 8s.
2 8s. Yeah. So, if you look at this number, you will say, okay, fine, I have 10 numbers, so my median will be average of these two, which is 5. This is a median, right? What will be my mean? You will add them together. 1 plus 3, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 5, 13 plus 5, 18 plus 5, 23 plus 5, 28 plus 6, 34, 42, 50. But 5 again. So your mean and median both are matching. What is mode? See, this whole thing, the number that is repeated maximum number of times in the data is 5, which is pretty close to or same as your mean and median. But imagine if this number was not 5, this was 4, this was 3, this was 2, this was 8, your whole thing would have changed. So this mode of a data range or collection of data actually tells you the number that influences the central behavior of the data. Now, when I change all these numbers, you will see a mean and median both would change. Look at it. Now, in this case, 1 plus 3, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 8. Okay, let me first arrange that. So I'll put 4 here, 8 here, 3 here, 2 here, 3 here. Okay, and then even move this guy here. Okay, now you look at this. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. I think I put 1 8 extra. Here, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9 plus 1, 8, 9 plus 1, 10. And when I look at this one, 4 plus 3.5, my median became average of 3 and 4, which is 3.5. See, just because I changed that 5, which was occurring maximum times, my median changed. If I look at the mean also, 16 plus 32 plus 436, 30, 33, 36, 39, 41, 42. 42 divided by 10, 4.2. So 5 had maximum influence on the central behavior also. So mode is nothing but the number that has occurred maximum number of times in the data set that you're dealing with, which influences the overall outcome, the average, and the central behavior of the data. So mean, median, mode is not just to calculate. You guys have learned it long time ago. Now what we are trying to say here is, don't look at them just as a calculation technique. These are the data elements that will have maximum influence on your overall behavior or the outcome of the data. Okay? Mode tells you that, median gives you the central range, and mean gives you the absolute average of the data that you're talking about. Yep? Vivan got tired of me, got dropped off. But everybody okay so far? Okay. So, I have not taught you guys how to calculate mean, median, mode, and I would not do that. Because you guys already know mode. Okay? I was only trying to give you guys that perspective that, okay, don't look at these as just like made to calculate. Oh, I know how to calculate mean. That's okay, you guys know about it. What I'm saying is, don't look at mean median mode as an innocent calculation technique. They have a lot of hidden agenda inside it, and you have to look at it from that perspective. Okay, so we talked about it. Let's talk about another boring topic, that is percentage, which you guys know about it already. So I will just take 5 minutes maybe to talk about it, and then we will get into the rigor of solving word problems relating to this. Okay? So all right, so anybody having any doubt with respect to percentage? No, right? And I personally feel that percentage is a topic that we don't need to learn. It is actually English. Now let's look at it. If I say 20% of something, any number, let's say 5,000. I don't need to know any formula for this. Read it like this: 20%. Cent is a short form for century, okay? You say $5 per pound. That is how you write. This is your per divided by. So 20%. Cent is century of any number. Read it like English and calculate. That's all it is. Yeah? So you will have two types of problems that you will deal with. One is two types of calculations, not problems. One is you have a number, you have to find certain percentage of that. And then second thing is you will have two numbers. Let's say 15. That is, let's say Pranit's age. No, you're not 15 yet.
I am 15.
You're 15? Okay. And this is my age. If I am trying to find out Pranit's age is what percentage of my age? Pranit's age I will put at the top, I will put my age at the bottom and multiply that by 100. That's it. If Pranit wants to find out my age is what percentage of his age, he will put my age at the top, his age at the bottom, multiply by 100. And you will say, sir, you are just telling a formula. I never believe in doing that. So let me show you guys. Whatever we don't know, we give it a name, X. Mr. X. So let's say Pranit's age is, okay, Pranit's age, I have made it public. Let me pick somebody else's age. How about Sahit? So Sahit, you are how old? 14? 15? Okay. So same, Pranit and Sahit are same, are same age. And let's say teacher again. Sahit wants to find out his age is what percentage of my age. He will say, okay, I don't know how much it is. Sahit's age is X% of teacher's age. Whatever he didn't know, he put it here. So 15 is X% of this. So the way I can convert this into an equation is X% of 49 is 50. Okay? Now you use butterfly. Keep X. This is what you wanted to find out. So X will be equal to, everything moves to the other side. So 100 goes to the top. So 15 into 100 divided by 49. This comes down, right? Whatever is above comes down, whatever is below goes up. And do the calculation. See, same thing happened. Sahit's age is what percentage of this? 15 by 49 to 100. If you want to find out my age is what percentage of Sahit's age, you will put 49 over 15. Whatever I am comparing against, that stays at the bottom. And if you don't remember this, Write this in English, you'll be able to do it. Yeah. Now, all the fun exercise is over. Now let's get into the actual problems, the word problems that we'll come across. Okay. So far we were just talking about the basic constructs of what is mean, median, mode and percentage, and fun is over. Time for actual practice. Okay. The kind of problems that you'll come across, the kind of problem that might bother you, and you need to be mentally prepared for it. And again, I'm not trying to scare anybody, I'm just telling you that what we know as concept will be more comfortable, will be much more convenient to deal with if we have practice enough. So let's look at some problems. Is everybody okay so far, or Shiran is okay, Neil Sara okay, Dheera okay, Vishal, Yasmita okay? Yasmita got dropped off. That means not okay. How about Khushi and Dina? Okay? Okay. Derek, you have not even said a single word. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just eating my lunch right now because I didn't eat it yet.
Okay. So you are getting food for thought. Okay. Nanya, okay? Okay. So let's continue. Let's look at some problems. So, this might not, I mean, though I tried to make it look or sound serious to you guys, might not be a difficult problem. Let's look at it. Okay? A store holiday sale has an item marked down by dollar. Okay, this one I think we have done with. Let's pick up another one. In the west region of the US, the ratio of density vegetated land to sparsely vegetated land is 11:18. Okay, this is a good one. In the west region of US, the ratio of densely vegetated land to sparsely vegetated land is 11:18. Densely to sparsely is 11:18. This is west. In the central region of the US, the ratio is 3:1. So this one is, first one is densely populated, densely vegetated, and this is sparsely vegetated. Every state has some areas where you have the whole population concentrated, right? I mean, if you look at whole Texas alone, you have San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, and Houston, which are heavily populated. Go to El Paso, go to other places, you will not see that many people. Yeah? So, again, my story over. Let me read the question again. In the west region of the US, the ratio of densely vegetated land to sparsely vegetated land is 11:18. In the central region of the US, the ratio is 3:1. What is the difference in percentage of densely vegetated land from the west region to the central region? I'm reading one more time. What is the difference in percentage of densely vegetated land from the west region to the central region? What is the difference in percentage? Let me read the question one last time and then I'll let you guys scratch your head as much as you want. In the west region of the US, the ratio of densely vegetated to sparsely vegetated land is 11:18. Densely to sparsely, west region. In the central region of the US, the ratio is 3:1. Densely vegetated to sparsely vegetated. What is the difference in percentage of densely vegetated land from west region to the central region? And then you have four options. 27.2%, 27.8%, 37.1%, 37.9%. Did everybody get the question? Yeah?
Where should I find the percentage of?
I'm reading it one more time. So, densely vegetated and sparsely vegetated, that's the ratio.
Yeah.
This is for the west region, this is for the central region. First one is densely vegetated, sparsely vegetated. The last line of the question says, what is the difference in percentage of densely vegetated land from the west region to the central region? Everybody got the question? Neil, Sarah, Sahit, Ritika, Dira.
Sir, can you repeat the last part?
Yeah, that's where the catch is. So that's why I'm reading it over and over again. What is the difference in percentage of densely vegetated land from west region to the central region? Is that clear, Rita?
Thank you.
Okay. So I will let you guys deal with it for next minute or minute and a half. Take a quick fat nap and then we'll talk. So Rania, are you clear with that? Okay. Let me tell you guys the emotional side of me. There are two things that I expect from you guys, okay? One is, if I ask a question, don't be shy, unmute yourself and say yes or no, okay? That connects me better with you guys. And second thing is, whenever you think you are ready, you are comfortable, try keeping your videos on, because that way, it's easy for me to interact. Right now I see Davik as a squirrel, Sahid with those spikes, Ria with the flute, right? Those are not my kids. My kids are real kids. So whenever you guys get a chance, whenever you feel comfortable, okay? I would appreciate if you guys can keep your videos on, because that helps me connect with my kids better, okay? Not as a mandate, as a recommendation. But okay, for now, focus on solving this problem. My emotions can wait. Yes, Jenna.
Do you think you can give us a hint? Like the first step you're supposed to do?
Say that again, Rita.
Do you think you can give us a hint?
Hint is in the question itself. The question is saying, the last part of the question says, what is the difference in percentage of densely vegetated land between west and central? Meaning, what is the percentage of densely vegetated land? So here you have densely vegetated, sparsely vegetated, densely vegetated, sparsely vegetated. What is the percentage here? Of what percentage of the land in the west is densely vegetated? You'll find out the percentage here for this guy, and then for this guy, and then you will see the difference. Once you find out the percentage, I think that will be the catch. Did I answer your question, Rita, or no? Give it a try.
Kind of. I'll figure it out.
Give it a try. See, go down. Be brave and confident of making mistakes. It's fine. Neil, go ahead.
So it's densely
See, if you see, this is where the catch is. Okay, so let me solve this for you guys. Okay, and again, I will mine all the information from this question. Okay, now let's look at it. So Praneeth, leave it for now. Okay, let me yeah. I know you guys can solve it. I'm just giving you guys some headwind here. Okay. The question says, in the west region of the US, the ratio of densely vegetated land to sparsely vegetated land is, this is a ratio. This is 11 and this is the densely vegetated land and this is the sparsely vegetated land. So this is the ratio. So if you have to find out what percentage of land in the west is densely vegetated, what will you do? Let's say this is densely and this is sparsely vegetated. If I count this, okay, let me not assume here anything. This is a ratio, okay? So what is the total land? Let's say this whole thing is multiplied to x. So let's say densely vegetated land is 11 into x and sparsely vegetated land is 18 into x. That is the total land, correct? That is how your ratio is of densely vegetated to sparsely vegetated is 11 by 18. Okay? So I'm just trying to find out total land. Okay? So this is just the ratio, right? I mean, now let's say, let me give you guys an example here first before I get you guys confused. Let's say if I have 10 oranges and 15 apples. Okay? And I try to find out ratio of oranges to apple. What will I do? 10 by 15. This is the ratio of oranges to apple. That will become 5 into 2 by 5 into 3. Tic-tac-toe. 2 by 3. My ratio is 2:3. But is 2 and 3 the number of oranges and apples we have? No, right? So that's why there's some number that is multiplied by 2 and with 3 also. That's what tells you the actual number of things that you're talking about, right? So here, whether it's 5 or 10 or 20 or 100, we don't know that. I'm just putting an X. So that's why I'm saying, because ratio is just the relationship between them. It doesn't tell you exact value. So I'm saying the ratio of densely populated land to sparsely populated land is 11:18. So let's multiply both the numbers with an X to get how much land is densely populated, how much land is sparsely populated. So 11 into X is by densely populated land in the west and 18 into X is by sparsely populated land in the west. Yeah. So what is the percentage of land that is densely populated? 11x out of 11 plus 18. Yeah? Okay. Might be confusing. I'm just jumping one step, which I don't do. So this is the total land that is densely populated. This is the total land which is sparsely populated. So far, okay? Now, what is the total land we have? This one plus this one. There are only two types of lands, right? I mean, densely and sparsely populated. So, total land we have is 11x plus 18x, which is 29x. Now, if you have to find out what is the percentage of densely populated land, this is densely populated land. So 11x out of 29x is my densely populated land.
That comes up to roughly
11 by 29.
Roughly 37.
Yeah, 30. Yeah.
Roughly 37%.
Yeah, 30, yeah, 25, 36%, whatever it is. So 37% approximately. If somebody says find out what is the percentage of sparsely populated land, you will say 18x out of the total land. Yeah, into 100. That will be your percentage of the sparsely populated land. Correct? Are you guys with me so far or no? Jana, Davik, Sahib, is it making sense to you guys? Dheera? Sure, right? Okay. So basically, whenever you have a ratio, if you want to understand percentage out of it, this is the ratio. This is the relationship between this and this data element. If you have to find out the percentage, what is the percentage of this guy? This divided by sum of the two. We multiply it by x. If you don't want to multiply by x, that is also fine. Okay? Because this is ultimately it's a ratio. So now the x thing that I had added, you can even ignore that. Okay? So now this is densely populated, this is sparsely populated. Okay. What is the total land? Total is what? 11 plus 18, which is 29. Percentage of densely populated is 11 out of 29. 11 by 29 into 100. Percentage of sparsely populated land in the west will be 18 over 29. Yeah? Does it sound okay to you guys? I got one more child scared. Who dropped off? Okay. Somebody got dropped off. What is it? No, somebody is here. Okay, fine. So you have the ratio. From this you can find out what is the percentage of this guy versus percentage of this guy. Sum it up. This divided by the sum of the two will give you percentage of this guy. This divided by sum of two will give you the percentage of this guy. So here the question says, what is the difference in percentage of densely populated land between west and central? So here, what is the percentage of densely populated land here? This one told that this is approximately 37%. Okay, so for the west, we got this one. Now, same way, if we have to find out the percentage of densely populated land in central, it will be again for this guy. Densely populated land is this 3 divided by sum of the two, which is 4 into 100. This gives you 75%. So here in central, your densely populated land, densely vegetated land is 75%. Here it is 37%.
It's roughly 4.
37 point something. Okay, yeah.
It would be 38.
38. Yeah,
So
maybe 4. Yeah.
4 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is closer. But see what I'm trying to say here is, you have the ratios given, you have to find out the percentage of this guy. This percentage is sum of the total. This is the percentage of sum. This is the percentage of the total, meaning sum of the two. This is the percentage of the sum of these two. If you have to find a percentage for this guy, you will say this as a percentage of the sum. So that is how you will find out the percentage of this one and then apply it. Is everybody okay? Not okay. Okay. So now as you can see that the kids from the next class have started joining, and we have only solved one problem so far. So, yes, Jana.
Okay, wait. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So after you found the percentage of both, regions, what do you do again?
So I will go by what the question is saying, right? The question is saying, what is the difference in percentage of densely vegetated land from the west region to the central region? So we found the percentage of the densely vegetated land as 37% for the west and 75% for the central. It says what is the difference in percentage of densely vegetated land for west to central. So whatever you got, you'll find out the difference of the two. Does it-
Okay.
Yeah. So that is the reason why I keep insisting or pressurizing you guys or bugging you guys rather to read the question again and again. Trust me, I have no artificial intelligence. I am one of the haters of artificial intelligence, if I can say so. I know it might not go well with a lot of you. I don't appreciate AI much because this gets us distracted. I see those toddlers who are joining now, many of them, oh no, AI does everything. No, AI doesn't do anything. It just misguides us. We have to be clear with the basics, so that's why I say. When we read the question again, you'll find a lot of clues hidden in the question itself. Okay? So when you ask me this question, Jana, what I did, I read the question one more time. Because my only source of information was the question. We all will keep on using this as a technique for getting as much information we need for solving problems. So today there was a lot of probably unproductive speech from me. See, this is why I hate AI. See, AI is saying hi. So what I will do is I'll shamelessly kill AI right away. That's what I do. Alright? So with that being said, I will let you guys go. Take some break. Tomorrow, no talking, only solving problem. That's what we'll do. Okay? While these concepts look easy, but how we relate, how we leverage, how we practice is what makes the difference. Okay? So with that being said, I will